Has your road to security become a painful game of chutes and ladders? Or worse yet, is your ladder leaning against the wrong wall? Does your current career path feel like a treadmill, always running, but never getting anywhere? Are you struggling with the reality that your time belongs to everyone else? As you wake up to your alarm clock, punch the time clock, and count the days until your next vacation clock starts, all while hoping to one day own a retirement clock? You're not alone. Statistics show that 70% of workers today are unhappy in their current employment situation. The old narrative, go to school, get a good job, 9-to-5 paradigm, isn't working. Today's college graduates are going straight from commencement to unemployment or underemployment while drowning in student debt. Today, the average worker will have more than 12 jobs in their lifetime and will struggle to ever create a career. Life is far too short to spend even one more day building the dreams of someone else, while you work at a job you dread or even hate, with no freedom to do what you want. Too many employees today work just hard enough to not get fired, while their employers pay them just enough to keep them from quitting. Sound familiar? Statistics don't lie. 67% of households are currently living paycheck to paycheck. At age 65, 63% of the population is dependent on friends, family, and the federal government for their basic needs. 3% must continue to work, with many working minimum wage jobs. 29% are no longer living, while only 4% are financially independent, and 1% is wealthy. In order to change these statistics, both for us and for future generations, we need to know how we got here. Over 200 years ago, the Industrial Revolution demanded a trained and educated workforce. The wealth created by the industrial economy provided high-paying jobs with great benefits. You may remember them: loyalty, security, inexpensive health care, and pensions for retirement. Training and education became valuable commodities that created massive wealth for those who had the vision and took action. Wealth-building opportunities still exist today. They're just more difficult to see. Technology has blurred the lines, but the fundamentals are still the same. Technology, a great product, a great team, quality fulfillment, and an expanding global market. We are more connected than ever before. Social media has changed the way we interact and communicate with each other and continues to change the way we do business. Direct-to-consumer sales is experiencing incredible growth, and those that have joined this new revolution are prospering. 1 in 7 households in the United States are directly or indirectly involved with this type of word-of-mouth business model. Close to 100 million people around the globe. You most likely have been approached in the past to take a look at something, whether you passed on the offer, attempted and failed, or are having success already. I can assure you one thing: you've never seen anything like what you're about to see.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, How to Build the Life You've Dreamed of with Your New Home-Based Business. Before we get started, I'd like to know how many people are on this webinar because they are tired of making someone else's dreams come true. They're tired of being overworked and underpaid. You don't have enough time for your family and friends or yourself. How many of you want to be your own boss, to be less stressed and create time and financial freedom by supplementing your household income and eventually create a full-time income outside of what you're currently doing, but also to be able to fulfill your life's purpose, to do something meaningful and be a part of something that is bigger than yourself, that can not only create an incredible income, but also help change the world in the process? I think we all would. The main question is, are you ready to work hard for a few years to have the life you've always wanted? Any business, even the ones that have everything in place, are going to take hard work to succeed. That doesn't mean you have to do it full time. It means you have to take the time you have and make it count. If you're looking for a business that doesn't take hard work to be successful, this is not the webinar for you. I know there are people out there that may tell you that, but I've never seen that actually work for anyone I know. My name is Karen McCann. Just to give you some idea of who I am, I had my first home-based business in 1989 and several since then, including now. I've owned my own Taekwondo school. I competed in the 1988 Olympic trials in Taekwondo. I'm a 4th-degree black belt, and I've been a filmmaker and made my first feature film in 2011. One of the main options that has created the most success in the people I've had the pleasure of working with is a business model that is a new evolution of franchising without being cost prohibitive for anyone. For example, most people can make a better sandwich than Subway, but why do most of those go out of business within the first year and you see Subways all over the place? It's because they have a proven system of success that works. Today, we are going to discuss what has gone wrong with corporate America, several options to be your own boss with some traditional businesses, as well as a new business model that anyone can start with all the systems in place that has actually grown 57% over the past 5 years in a bad economy with little startup cost and high upside potential. If you duplicate our proven system of success, then you can have your own successful business just like other people who were tired of working for someone else and decided to take back control of their life. They started their business some part-time, and within the first year are seeing amazing results. My team and I are here to help each person reach the goals they have set. I have a special gift if you stick with me till the end of this webinar. First, you're going to get a free 4-step proven system of success so you can start your business on the right track and earn while we walk you through the steps. We will also do a free evaluation based on your answers to the 4 steps, as well as a free 30-minute consultation with me or my senior team members after you send us your evaluation so we can personally go over the results and share some options with you to see what you think is the best fit. Our customers usually pay $250 for our evaluation and one-on-one coaching sessions. And all of this is free today for anyone staying until the end of our webinar. I'm about to share some very important information with you, and it's information you don't want to miss. So I suggest you mute your cell phone and make wherever you are as quiet as possible so you can learn more about your future business, which can give you the lifestyle you desire. I've had successful businesses and unsuccessful businesses. I have learned the hard way in so many areas of my life, but the point is I did learn. The last company I worked for was a cellular company. I was an outside sales rep and would travel the state to all the retail stores and help them train their sales reps and educate them on the latest technology and show them how to sell more phones. I loved it until they expanded my local and regional managers. They were new hires to the company, and from the beginning, they were both very verbally abusive. One of them would sit on top of the conference table as I sat in a chair right in front of me and yell at me and berate me. This was the first time I'd ever been through anything like this. It didn't take long for that to wear thin, and I realized I needed to find a different path. In life, we are faced with many challenging things, and sometimes it breaks us, and sometimes it makes us stronger. I realized I was no longer willing to work for someone else. This setback was there to give me the strength to do what I needed to do to create the income I deserved. I never minded working hard, but there was always a ceiling on my income, and I found a way that I could create a peaceful work environment where I was accountable for my own success and where I was educated and challenged to be a better person as well as more successful financially. I realized they went hand in hand to motivate me to new heights in business. Then I was able to pass on the knowledge I was taught and started helping other people, paying it forward to create the success they desired in their own business. I partnered with a mentor that was having the kind of success that I wanted in the beginning and followed step by step what she told me to do, and the system of success worked. And now I am able to go where I want, when I want, with who I want, anytime, and money isn't an issue. That was my main goal. I have been on some incredible trips with friends and family, and they didn't have to pay for anything. That is such a blessing because most of them wouldn't have been able to have that kind of experience on their own. And I had the pleasure to see the joy on their faces as they soaked in every minute of the experience. My other goal is to help people that can't help themselves. And by creating an incredible income, I can give to others with my money, time, and other ways. Since then, I have been working for myself, doing various things and helping people who wanted to work for themselves find businesses they could do from home and make the kind of money they needed to make doing something they enjoyed doing. Some started spare time, some part-time, and some full-time. But the ones who followed the success plan now have options in their life. So before I introduce you to some options that can help you create the life that you truly want and deserve, let's talk about the current landscape of corporate America. As we all know, the world is changing faster than ever. New technologies are able to get work done faster and with fewer employees. Growing up, we were told to go to college, to get a degree, to get a good job that we would have until you retire, which today is now a total illusion. The people that still have their jobs are overworked, underpaid, with less time and less freedom. Work creates constant pressure to do more in less time for the same or less money just to keep your job. The fact is, the heart attack rate on Monday morning increases by 35%. So what does that tell you? It doesn't seem like the old way of making a living is as reliable as it used to be. More and more people are getting laid off every day after years of service. This just happened to my brother. After 19 years working for the same company, he got laid off. The career landscape is changing as job security no longer exists. Working 50 weeks a year for 2 weeks vacation that most people can't even afford to take isn't a way to live. It's a scary situation to be in. But you're not the only one. Today, college graduates are starting out in tremendous debt, and they are earning 15% less than they did just 15 years ago. 70% of people report the desire to be their own boss. Americans have an average of $12,000 in retirement savings. How long do you think that will last? Most people are in real trouble, but they don't know what to do about it. The average middle class income in the U.S. is $50,000 a year. The top 25% earn $90,000 a year. The top 10% earn $140,000 a year. The top 5% earn $190,000, and the top 1% earn $380,000 in a year. That's why we are here today, to discuss your best options for an opportunity to earn these kinds of income for yourself and your family. But first, you need to ask, are you really ready to take back control of your financial dignity and destiny, to put your future in your own hands? Whether it's part-time, full-time, or spare time, you can begin to become an entrepreneur and have a true opportunity to have the life you've always dreamed of. Becoming an entrepreneur and becoming your own boss will give you the best chance to achieve your dreams. The spirit of an entrepreneur is to be a risk taker, to use your resources and be unstoppable, to see the big picture and not let anyone or anything slow you down or stop you from getting what you want. You have to be ready and willing to quit settling and create the life you desire and decide to do whatever it takes to get it. Entrepreneurs are visionaries. They believe they can and are willing to do what others aren't to get what others don't have. Let's look at some options. You can start a traditional business, buy an existing business, buy a franchise, or start a home-based business. But to start a business in the traditional way, you need a few things: a great idea, one that is different and in high demand, and some startup cash. You need to understand how the business operates as well as have some financial and legal savvy. And let's not forget the massive time commitment that new business owners face. And keep in mind that your business statistically is unlikely to make it past 5 years. For most people, this option is too expensive and very high risk. If you are looking at buying an existing business, you need to ask yourself, why are they selling and what are you getting for your money? Usually it's an overpriced list of names. Again, it's high risk. Then there are franchises that have a proven system of success, but you have to have a lot of money, most over $500,000 just to buy in. Then there's fees plus a percentage of your earnings, just to name a few. You are overpaying because of the support. Again, it is expensive and it doesn't give you leverage. The bottom line for the three traditional options is they take a lot of money, expertise, and time, and that adds up to too much risk for most people. The fourth option is to start your own home-based business. The question is, do you have what it takes, or are you willing to learn what it takes to create your own economy? Push through everything that has limited you in the past. The past is over. You can start today building a new future and realize you can make as much as you want as long as you're willing to work hard and find a business that has everything in place for your best chance at success. There are many different options when it comes to a home-based business, as well as many benefits, as you can see. One of the benefits most people don't realize is all the tax advantages. What if there was a way that you had all the proven aspects of a successful business or franchise, the comfort aspects and proven system, but you could still control your own life? What if there was both? In other words, you didn't have to create anything from scratch. There was a proven system, proven product, including all the logistics and supreme customer service. All you had to do was get the word out. After a long, extensive search, we found that being an entrepreneur was safer than being an employee. And as we looked at the entrepreneurial options, one particular path kept coming up from expert after expert. But before we get into what that is, let me explain two of the main reasons this business model is so successful: residual income and leveraged income. A great way to explain residual income: imagine if Amazon allowed you to become an associate and paid out 40% of its revenue to the associate group as you recommended Amazon's products and people bought them. Amazon would take care of all the logistics and you get paid for the sale. Then imagine you get paid on every purchase those people made on Amazon for the rest of their lives. Amazon doesn't offer this option, but other companies do. Another way to look at it is doing the work once and getting paid for that work month after month, year after year. I believe if you fully grasp the concept of residual income, you would do whatever it takes to be a part of a company that offers this option. The work I did from 2011, I have continued to get paid on and will continue to get paid on as long as people use the products. So as of now, I've been paid almost 5 years on the same customer. Imagine if you finished the year 2016 with your current job and you decide not to go back to work. Would they continue to pay you? Second, let's take a minute and talk about the power of leveraged income. The most famous statement about leverage was made by America's first billionaire, John Paul Getty. He said, "I'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 men than 100% of my own effort." If you think about leverage, the industry that made leverage famous is franchises. If you take a parent company, a franchisor, who builds a distribution network of franchisees and makes a percentage of their income, that's how McDonald's sells billions of burgers, because they have 30,000 franchisees around the world. That's why every single country around the globe knows about the Golden Arches. They were very successful in selling their product by building a distribution network of franchisees. And so the parent company experiences tremendous leverage. So why would a franchisee want to get involved with McDonald's rather than opening up their own burger store? Because they have a duplicatable system of success that works. They have a much higher success rate than just an individual business. That's why franchising is so popular. What if you could have both? What if you could have the leverage of a parent company, but you could also have the support and duplicatable system of a franchisee? The business model we are talking about is for people to start their own business and become an entrepreneur through the creation of a network marketing business. Some people call it direct selling, which is the product is being sold straight from the manufacturer to the end consumer, cutting out the middleman. Let's take a look at the numbers. This graph shows how small to medium-sized business owners responded when we asked which of the following marketing channels is most effective at bringing you new leads and customers. You can see hands down the best method was word of mouth marketing, which, by the way, is the only free option on this graph. That's the power. It is literally the evolution of franchising, and leverage and residual income are two of the main benefits that make it so interesting for entrepreneurs. But instead of building a distribution network of companies, we're building a distribution network of individuals who use the product, share the product, and share the opportunity with others, and are compensated on sales created by that entire group. Network marketing is best described by using a large network of like-minded people to move a product or service more efficiently through word of mouth. Network marketing gives you the training and spirit to be an entrepreneur. 85% of all buying decisions are made from word of mouth recommendation. We tell people all the time about a good book, good movie, or a restaurant, but we don't get compensated for it. Network marketing companies thank you for recommending their products that have helped you in some way. There are no quotas, and the associates are simply the marketing arm of the company, and you own your own business, which means you can earn as much or as little as you want to. It gives you all the benefits of owning a traditional business without any of the risk. Traditional companies use 50% of their revenues on marketing. Network marketing companies use a different approach. Instead of having that extensive marketing expense, they utilize a network of independent associates to do the marketing for them. Why do they do that? Well, first, because word of mouth advertising is so much more effective today than traditional media advertising. Second, some products need to be explained, and an independent salesperson can do that more effectively and efficiently than an ad campaign. Third, the company only pays commissions when a sale is made. The manufacturer takes care of the credit card processing, order processing, and shipping. All the stuff that we don't want to be bothered with. And then they reward us for making the connection to the consumer with the manufacturer and the product that we believe in and want to share with others. Everybody can be a sales manager and get paid as one as they build a sales team as fast or as slow as they want. It also doesn't matter what experience you have. There is a step-by-step process that is proven and has helped many people become millionaires, as well as help thousands of people make an extra $500 to $5,000 a month part-time income. Now what I'm going to show you is a mathematical example. This will create a shift in some of your thinking. So here you are wanting to share your product with the world, and you've decided that you are going to work smart and you're going to leverage yourself and build a team of self-motivated, self-responsible individuals. You're going to build a team of 5 people, and we're going to teach these 5 also to build their team of 5 people. Through just a few levels of duplication, you can have a team of 4,000 people with just 5 levels of duplication of teams building teams. What if no one is breaking a sweat and everyone is just using $100 worth of product for their own benefit? That team would actually consume $400,000 worth of product a month. And if it wasn't for you, none of that business would exist. So what if the company says, hey, we'd like to reward you for getting us all this business? What if they paid you just 5% commission? That would be $20,000 a month that you would earn for building that team of just consumers in commissions. This is just an example. You also have low startup costs, low to no running costs. You've got very part-time business that you can weave around your busy schedule. You don't have to give up your full-time job. That's the best way to start. And you have no employees and a personal development program that is second to none. The support systems are in place to help you if you've never done a business like this before, or if you're an expert. Everyone uses the same system for success. There is no ceiling on your income. You can build a team as big as you want. You can move as much product as you want. So this is just an example, but when I saw this, it absolutely changed my business perspective forever. The associate gets all the benefits of business ownership without any of the risk. So how do you choose the right network marketing company to work with? There are over 3,000 to choose from, and believe me, they are not all equal. According to the top marketing experts, there are 5 main things to look at when you're evaluating a home-based business. 1 is a huge expanding market. If you were the best microwave salesman in the world, it wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter how good you are in an industry that's eroding. You are looking for $1 billion market, so you have a large population looking for, wanting, and needing to use your product. Number 2 is a unique, consumable product. First, let's look at unique. If you don't have a unique product, then you are always competing against price and convenience. How is your vitamin juice or diet plan better than everyone else's? And why should someone pay you more for a product they can get at a store down the street cheaper that has the same value? If you have a unique product, then the people must come to you to get it. Second, is it consumable? If you have a non-consumable product, you're basically unemployed until your next sale. You want the repeat sales of a consumable product, which creates a residual income, which is making the sale once and getting paid on that sale month after month, year after year, as long as the customer is still using the product. Number 3 is timing. You need to know what the current trends are. You want to get in front of the next wave. How do you get in front of large trends? You study what creates them. In today's society, it's the baby boom generation that creates the largest trends. They were 1 billion worldwide. Why is this group so talked about? They are 1/3 of the population and control 65% of all the money. If you look at the past, they have reshaped every industry they have grown through. These trends follow this generation from baby food to the housing boom to the stock market boom. What are the upcoming trends for this group as well as Generation X? Health and anti-aging, anything to do with looking younger. So you need to find companies which are on the front. Number 4 is support. Who's running the company? Do they have business experience? Have they been successful running businesses in the past? What is their track record with the current company? What kind of tools do they have in place to help you? Are they debt-free? Do they manufacture their own product, or do they count on other sources to get it? If they can't get it, are you out of business? Do they have the ability to grow at a pace sales are growing? And number 5, is their compensation plan based on leveraged income and residual income? There is a formula for residual income. You have to have a consumable product. You want it to have life-changing results so people continue to come back for more. And ideally, you want no competition. Does it have multiple ways to get paid so you can make some money when you first start, as well as create a legacy income in the next 3 to 5 years? In all the other network marketing companies I was with, I was successful on a part-time basis, but could never make enough money to go full-time, even though I was working with some of the best in the business at the time. It wasn't the business model that wasn't working. It was the company leadership, or the product wasn't something people wanted or really needed, or it wasn't consumable. The compensation plan wasn't set up for the average person to make money. Something that you may not be aware of is that network marketing is becoming more mainstream. In fact, according to Forbes magazine, over half of the small businesses in America are home-based businesses. There are even 18 publicly traded direct selling companies on the New York Stock Exchange, and they are performing well. Warren Buffett, widely acknowledged as the most successful investor of all time, is investing in network marketing. And well-known businessman Robert Kiyosaki has long recognized the power of network marketing. When new network marketing companies come out, I usually get several calls from people who want me to join the latest fad. Most have maybe 1 or 2 of the criteria for finding the right home business, but none had all of them. I was so frustrated that I left the industry for several years and started making movies. Then someone in my parents' Bible study sent my dad a link. After watching it, he asked me to watch it, and I assure you I had no interest. But he was my dad, so I looked at it. 10 minutes into the video, I knew this was different than anything I'd ever seen. They had the most remarkable, one-of-a-kind, no competition, patented, protected, consumable products I'd ever seen. And my family and I had tremendous results very quickly. As I looked further into all the aspects of the company, it had everything, all 5 of the criteria that I'd been looking for. 4.5 years later, they are still improving and impressing me. The biggest thing is the integrity of the people running the company. I flew out and met them in person, and I knew this was it.
So if you're the kind of person who is willing to work hard to build the life you've dreamed of for a few years, to have the lifetime income, then fill out the information below and we will forward you a video link to the #1 network marketing company there is, hands down, that has everything in place, and all you have to do is introduce people to these life-changing products and opportunity. We'll talk to you soon.